Welcome to another episode of EMS and Bowling. I'm your host, Mike, co-host Abby. What's going on?
I forgot about the intro. It feels like it's been a really long time since we've recorded.
I know. Seriously, I feel like it's been months.
I think it's because we kept on having to do so many trial runs and then we had to keep repeating it. So we had to do a bunch within a short period of time.
Right. And then we haven't done one in it's only been a week.
It's only been a week.
Right.
It feels like longer.
Which is fine because we're doing weekly podcasts, I guess.
It's probably not fine. We probably need a backup one or something.
We do, especially with summer coming up because, we're going to be busy.
Because Mike's going to stop showing up at work.
That's right. Anyway, so how's your week been?
It's been okay. It's been good. I'm thinking about joining a Strokes cover band.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
I don't know if it is.
No? Are you going to be playing the guitar or?
Yeah. I think there's something about joining a cover band that's innately stupid, but I feel like that's the only way I could ever be in a band again.
If it's a cover band?
Yeah.
I would love to be in a jam band, but I have no talent yet. I'm really hoping this drum thing's going to work out for me.
Has there been an actually good jam band since Grateful Dead?
I don't know. I mean, Dave Matthews is a good jam band.
That's true. Fish is also, I like Fish, but I feel like a lot of the other ones are really suck.
Yeah. Yeah. So last week we had Justin on. We got a lot of good feedback from that episode. I appreciate everybody listening and hanging out with us.
He was a great guest.
He was a great guest. He definitely made it interesting. We have a whole lineup of guests coming up. We just are working on scheduling, and there's a lot that goes into this podcast. It's not just all right, let's hang out and talk. We have to schedule and find time that we can get everybody together, and it's definitely a lot.
Yeah, that's not even counting all the equipment stuff you had to learn and all the software stuff. There's so much that goes into this, a shocking amount.
Right, and I almost fried my brand new laptop by downloading a file for this that I probably shouldn't have been downloading. It was really just a sound bit, but I'm pretty sure I almost fried my whole laptop.
That's so funny. What was the sound bit?
I don't remember actually because I was really pissed off about it. And then it was during the day and I got sent on calls during the whole process and I was really mad. And yeah. And then Nick's you want me to edit for you? And I'm like, no, leave my stuff alone right now. And I just walked out.
Oh, spicy. Okay.
So, but yeah.
How has your week been, Mike?
It's been interesting.
That's a choice word.
Yeah.
Elaborate.
Yeah. Well, I had a call last week. I think it was last week. Maybe it was the week before. That you have, I don't know if you've heard about it yet. I didn't tell you. I've told a few other people, but I think we should talk about it. What do you think?
I'm so excited. Let's hear it.
Alrighty. So me and my normal Wednesday day and evening partner got a call for a mental health patient, which is pretty typical for us. And we get there, and this gentleman is sitting in his wheelchair with one leg. Okay. And he is hallucinating.
I know who this guy is. I also had to deal with this guy twice.
He is hallucinating, and he thinks that dogs are coming after him. Okay, which is cool. Whatever. He won't
start barking.
No, I did not quite bark. There's no
They're coming for you.
Oh, good Lord. Anyway, so he wants to go to the hospital. This is voluntary. The PD is there, and so we get him onto the stretcher, and he's being cool, calm, whatever. He's let me take his vitals. Everything's cool. And he was like, I got to take my wheelchair with us. And I was like, it doesn't really fit in the back of the ambulance. And the cop's like, no big deal. I'll follow you up, and I'll bring the wheelchair up to the hospital. So cool. So we're on our way to the hospital, and we're going up the road that the hospital is on, and it's literally a very narrow road, right? There's nowhere to pull over. There's nowhere for cars to get out of your way. And this guy starts freaking out that the dogs are getting him, and the one leg that he has hits the up button on the stretcher.
Oh.
Yeah.
How'd that work out?
He went all the way to the ceiling.
That's so funny.
It was not. It was so scary. I had no idea what to do. Like, I literally, like, I hear the stretcher going up, and I'm, like, looking at it, and I'm like, oh my god," and I'm thinking, "Okay, well, it's hooked in. It's not gonna go that far." And then all of a sudden, there's, like, this 2 loud bangs where it came unhooked. So now the stretcher is, like, rolling around the back of the ambulance and going up in the air at the same time, and, like, I'm grabbing onto it, and I'm screaming up to my partner. I'm like, "You need to fucking pull over now. I can't stop this." And he's like, "What the hell's going on?" And he looks in the mirror and he sees the stretcher completely all the way up. This dude is literally like restrained between the ceiling of the ambulance and the stretcher, right? Like he cannot move. Okay. So my partner finds a spot to pull over and he pulls over really fast. And if we go back to the beginning of the story where I say the cop decided to follow us up to the hospital because he had the wheelchair with us, um, so my partner pulls over really fast and jumps out. So the cop now is thinking that this guy's like attacking me in the back. So the cop jumps out of his car and they open up the back of the ambulance and literally the stretcher's completely up in the air.
I thought you were gonna say it fell out the back.
No, it's literally completely all the way up at the top of the ambulance, and the dude's like restrained again. He can't move. He's just like against the top of the freaking ambulance. And then like we get the stretcher lowered back down, and he doesn't say a word. He doesn't even acknowledge this whole thing happened. Like I still am pretty sure that he thinks the dogs are coming after him. So yeah, it was definitely an interesting call. I've never had anything like that ever happen in my life. And now we are getting a safety feature for those stretchers. Apparently, there's a magnet that you can put on the hook, and when the stretcher gets close to it, it disables the buttons of the stretcher, so that can't happen.
Look at you enacting change.
Oh my god, it was so scary. I had no idea what to do. Like I'm literally trying to hold on for dear life, and I'm like hanging from the stretcher because it's literally all the way up. I didn't think it could do that in the back of the ambulance.
Some TV show shit right there.
Right. And like I'm pretty sure he didn't say anything because I'm pretty sure he was just he thought he was hallucinating that this was happening.
Probably.
So like he didn't even care. But yeah, that was definitely an interesting situation.
Those are the kinds of calls where it's like the worst thing ever in the moment, but like 5 years later, you just remember it as an awesome story, and that's it.
Right. So my partner's like, I've been doing this for 20 some years and I've never heard this happen before, ever.
Trailblazer.
Right. And I've been doing it for 16 years and it's never happened to me either. So yeah, it was definitely interesting.
It's so nice to know that first times can still just keep happening.
Right.
No matter what.
No matter what. So that was I think this week. It might have been last week, like I said. But other than that, we had our awards banquet at the firehouse, and I got me a coffee mug because people are worried that what they say is going to be on the podcast now, and it literally says, "Be careful, you might be on my podcast."
And by the way, anything you say, it's going on the podcast.
It kind of will be used against you, not in the court of law, in the EMS and bowling.
So don't fuck up too bad. You're gonna hear yourself on here.
So anyway, other than that, it's been a pretty calm week.
Other than that crazy, insane, horrifying call, it's been great.
Right. No other interesting calls, no other anything like that. But yeah. So anything big and interesting happened to you this week?
Like EMS wise?
Anything?
I put a girl's knee back in place.
Oh yeah, I did hear you talk
Yeah.
about that. How was that?
So that's one of those things that I've been like scared to do, even though it was absurdly simple. But it was in the middle of a packed bar. There could not have been more people, and they're all staring at me.
Were you working?
Yeah.
Okay.
And my partner is a newer EMT than me. So I was leading a call, and I was like, I really don't know what I'm doing, but I had to act like I did. And I was like, okay, well, I know how to put your knee back in place, but like, do you want to wait till we get to the hospital so you can have painkillers? And I was like, really hoping she was going to say yes. And then she was like, no, I think you should do it now. And I was like, fuck.
Did she?
Never done this before. Then I had to act like I did, and I did it, and it went totally fine. And then somebody said, well, you must have done this so many times.
Yeah. I've done this
absolutely.
3 times
I
last
was
week.
so fucking scared for no reason, but it's just I've never done it before.
Right. That is a pretty cool thing to do. So I'm assuming that's your first one?
Yeah.
She signed off, or did she go to the hospital?
No, she went to the hospital.
Did she?
Yeah.
So I've done, like, 4 or 5 of them. 3 of them were the same girl.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so she was actually a resident of a psych center, and she had issues with her knees, and she would play basketball all the time because that's, like, the only thing they could do. They can go out in the center court and play basketball. So she would play basketball all the time, and her knee would come out, like, her knee would pop out all the time. So we would show up, we would put it back in place, and she would continue on playing basketball.
We didn't have basketball when I was in the psych center. They didn't give us that. What the fuck? We had ice cream socials every Sunday though.
I love ice cream.
Yeah. They would play a movie. It was always a Disney movie. And then they would want us to talk to each other. And I was like, there's a fucking movie playing. Like, what?
Wait, right, why would we talk to each other if there's a movie playing?
Because it's the ice cream social.
So you know Disney movies pretty well?
Fuck you.
Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let your hair down.
I will say every time, I feel like a lot of people, especially like, it seems to be white women, especially, who want to think that they're like the craziest person ever. They're like, no, you don't understand. Like, deep down, I'm crazy. I'm a crazy bitch, whatever. And it's like, you don't know anything.
Right. So yeah, so I can't even talk right now. The whole knee thing I think is really cool. It's something that we can do that is just like fixing somebody.
Kind of freaked me out. It was like kind of gross in a way.
Yeah. Did you
I don't know.
do it by yourself, or did you have a partner help you?
I did it by myself.
Did you? That's really kind of hard to do by like you're supposed to pull, aren't you? Like have one person pull and then the other one push, and you
Like
get back.
pulling hard. I kind of just had her straighten her leg
Gotcha.
and pushed them from the side. Yeah.
So we've been talking about doing a new segment on the show, and I think tonight would be a great night to start that.
What's the segment?
Well, it's gonna be by the way, you guys have a rider tonight.
What the f?
Yeah. Anyway, so this segment's gonna be about any funny story, crazy story, bad story, anything about having a rider with you. It could be a EMT student, paramedic student, a patient's family member, anything, any kind of story you got with a rider. Abby, do you got anything?
No, I don't think I've been doing this for long enough. It feels like it because I've run so many calls. But
Right.
they also don't put riders with me because they think I'm mean.
I don't think you're mean.
Well, you don't.
I think
But it was
you-
explicitly told to me that they don't put riders with me because they
Yeah.
think I'm mean.
I think Sunday evenings are going to change that. Anyway, we got a lot of orientees coming up. All right, well then I guess I will start. This one's pretty cool. So we had an EMT student with us, and we were going to a call, and we got on scene, and this wife comes out, and she's screaming us in Mandarin. And obviously, I don't know any Mandarin. My partner, who is same 40 something years old, I think, he has no idea. He doesn't know any Mandarin. The husband comes out. He's like clenching his stomach and like bent down over, and he's screaming in Mandarin. And our EMT rider comes around the corner from the side of the ambulance, and she just starts talking to them in Mandarin. And then she runs the whole call.
I actually had almost the exact same experience, except the rider spoke Spanish.
Yeah.
It was the exact same thing.
And
Just out of nowhere. Yeah.
And it's really funny because like right about the time that happened is when Code 3 came out. And if you remember in that movie, there is a scene where there were Spanish speaking people and their rider spoke Spanish and was able to communicate with them. So we thought that was pretty funny and pretty cool. But yeah, I mean, I have a couple other stories. Some of them are pretty intense, but yeah. So there's my segment on a rider. You don't have anything?
They really don't put people with me because they know I hate it.
That's crazy.
I did have one rider tell me, they asked me when I'm going to get a real job.
Yeah, I think we already talked about this before,
Yeah.
and it really bugged you.
It did, only for the reason where it was like, hey, so people have to do this. Like, this is, like, a necessary thing.
Right, this is a real
Like,
job.
this isn't, like, a program for your college.
Right.
Like,
I mean, but where we are at and located, we do have a big college that a lot of students do use this as a stepping stone for
pisses
their
me the fuck off. I know I might get in trouble for saying that, I don't fucking care.
uh,
Pisses me the fuck off.
right. I mean, it does. And um I've definitely had some issues with it in the past. Like when I worked here a long time ago. But yeah, so I can see where some of these students think that this is not a career because they're on their way to their career.
Well, it's because they think everything in this town is for them. It's like this town is like a consumable part of their college experience, not a place where people actually live.
Live and work
Yeah,
and,
exactly.
raise families and
Yeah.
all that other stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I totally understand. So, so I was thinking, I was driving home the other day and I was listening to music, and one thing I wanted to talk about is what is one song, or maybe multiple, and this one might be hard for you because you do play the guitar, but what is one song that when you hear that guitar intro come on, that you're like, yes, I fucking love this song, and you turn it up?
There's probably a lot. I will say I do have an answer, and it's because I used to do covers of it all the time when I was in a band and I did perform. And it's Danny California by Red Hot Chili Peppers. That was my favorite. The ending solo was my favorite to play because it impresses a lot of people because it sounds really badass. It's really fucking easy to play. It's so fucking easy to play. Like, I could be blackout drunk and still play that shit.
That's like I've heard that a lot about some solos is like they're pretty easy to play. Like they don't obviously try not to make them that hard so that they can remember them because they don't want to mess it up. Am I wrong on that? Or
It's really hard to determine because I feel like I've been doing it for long enough that it's like a lot of them do seem easy to. I don't know. People usually also ask for the same ones over and over. So you kind of just repeat the same things, and then obviously it becomes easy.
have you seen any live music lately?
No, but the Strokes just announced they're going on tour.
I saw that.
It's a really big deal for me.
Yes. So my song actually would be "Wish You Were Here" by Pink Floyd.
It's a really good one.
It is. I love that song so much, and like I totally forgot about it for a while. And I actually seen Pink Floyd. Well, not Pink Floyd. Brit Floyd. I don't know if you ever heard of them.
I have
I actually seen them in concert a couple years ago. I really wasn't supposed to be like enjoying the show. I was supposed to be working the show. But
the worst.
right. But I actually, and we had one patient during the whole thing, and there's a whole funny story behind that, and I'll get to that. Yeah. So I saw them, and it was really cool. Like they did the whole light show and everything, and it was absolutely. I would definitely enjoy it not working for sure.
Nice.
So the funny story behind that, one of the backup singers I thought was extremely beautiful. Okay. Like I was talking about her like half the night, and my partner was recording the show so he could like show his wife. And I made a comment, and he's like, "Are you serious? I just recorded that." Like it was a pretty bad comment.
That's so
It
fucking
wasn't,
funny.
it wasn't really that bad. I pretty much was like, if I wasn't married, I would, and
Guy talk.
right.
Sure.
And I didn't realize he was recording. So that's not the funny part of the story. The funny part of the story is we had a patient. He was drunk, and we went over to go treat this patient, and he was okay. He was definitely had way too many drinks. And we signed him off, we got him into the car, and he went on his merry way. And we were making our way behind stage to go back over to where we were staging. And there was like a whole spread of food out for the band, like behind stage. And my partner was like checking it out. Like we were just like hanging out, and like he was like checking out the food. He wasn't eating any of it. He was just checking it out. And like I'm just standing there like leaning on the stretcher, like looking on my phone. And like from behind me, off comes from the stage this backup singer. And she looks at me and she's like, "Oh my God, I hope everything's okay. Is anybody hurt?" And I just looked at her and I was like, da. My partner's like, "Spit it out, Mike. You can talk to her." And like totally just I was starstruck for some reason, and I've never been like that in front of anybody before. She just caught me off guard.
Power of a really hot woman, you know?
Right. Like I don't even know, like she was like definitely like good looking, but I don't think it wasn't even like the looks. It was like the voice.
It's the
Like,
aura.
yeah,
Yeah, I get that.
yeah.
I get that.
So hopefully next week we will have another guest on. We've got 2 of them that are planning on being on. We just got to figure out schedule wise. I really like this podcast, and we're getting a lot of feedback from people, some positive feedback. So
I thought you were gonna add negative feedback in there too.
no, definitely. I don't think I've gotten any really negative feedback from anybody from this. Have you?
No, no one really talks to me about it.
Really?
They'll kind of jokingly ask me, "When's the next podcast episode?" And then I'll just be like, "LOL," and then that's it. It's kind of it.
I don't know. Mike's working on it.
That's actually usually my answer.
He's getting it edited. It'll be out soon. Yeah. So if you guys have anything you want to ask us or talk about in the podcast, you can definitely like comment on the YouTube page or the Facebook page or anything like that, so that we can answer your questions. I'm sure people have plenty of questions for Abby.
There's not much there.
Or if you want to hear ideas for guests that, if you know who we are and you got ideas for guests, put them on there and we'll try to get them on the show. So what do you got, Abby? You're quiet tonight.
Yeah, I'm actually, so this is not my shift. I'm just here. I came in.
She came in to do the podcast.
Yeah,
Tonight.
I'm that committed.
So
Do you have any songs on harmonica that like people ask you for? Like the way that people ask for like, oh, can you play this on guitar? Do people ask that about harmonica?
to be honest, no, because
That's so
I keep it like quiet. Well, I mean, lately I have not kept it quiet that I play the harmonica.
Everybody, I want you to start coming up to Mike and requesting songs on the harmonica.
I mean, I'd have to bring my harmonica with me, but
That's a
actually,
portable one though. You can carry that around.
you definitely can. I actually got it out again the other night. It's been a while, and was playing it, and I'm gonna probably learn some new songs. So the songs I did know, I played again, and I was like, okay, I still got this. So it's probably been like 4 years since I played it. So
Getting ready for the podcast band.
right, we got the harmonica and the drums. I even went to the music store the other day and was like looking at drumsticks and stuff.
Sick.
Yeah, I know. I'm getting there. I almost bought some drumsticks.
Which music store was it?
It was the one at my mall. I like went in there with I went out to dinner with my kids, and we walked around the mall for a few minutes, and then I was like, all right, we're gonna go in the store. I took them into FYE. I think that's what it's called, the music store. Have you ever heard of it before?
No.
No. So it's like a music movie store. It's pretty cool. I love it in there. And they loved it. Like they had like K-pop Demon Hunter posters, and like I ended up buying them posters, and like kids don't buy posters these days.
Yeah, they do.
Do they really?
Yeah.
I haven't seen it.
Absolutely.
Like my kids never buy posters. Maybe it's because I'm like, no, you're not wasting your money on posters, but
I mean, it's really more of like a teenager thing. But,
yeah, probably. So took them in there, and I was looking through the records, and they had, and I didn't buy it, and I should have. I had it in my hand like almost the whole time, and I put it back. They had the Nirvana MTV Unplugged on vinyl.
It's classic.
I know.
It's a good one.
And I should have picked it up, and I didn't. I put it back down. But they had a lot of good vinyls in there too. And we went to Hot Topic. Yeah.
Oh wow. That really brought back some memories.
Yeah, definitely did. Like,
Ooh.
I'll be going back there soon because I had some cool band shirts that I wanted.
I still have clothes from Hot Topic that I wear unironically.
Yeah.
Yeah, like these edgy emo ass pants. I wear that shit all the time.
Dude, I wish I could find me a pair of Jankos. Do you ever?
I also wish that you could find the pair of Jankos.
Yeah, so I'm assuming you know what they are.
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely. I used to wear them all the time. I used to love my Jankos.
Baller.
I had some really big Jankos. Then I had some decent ones because I used to ride BMX bikes. So like I had some big ones, and then I had some ones that were small enough I could wear while riding my bike and not get it caught in the chain.
How would you describe your current fashion style?
My current fashion style?
Like not what you're wearing right now in your like everyday life.
Uniform. Like I'm pretty much in uniform all day, every day.
When you're not.
It's so hard.
How would you define your aesthetic?
Like, I change so much. I guess, l like, jeans and a band shirt. Like, that's pretty much it.
Nice.
Right.
Nice.
Yeah, like, I was it, like, last Halloween? No, the Halloween before that, I definitely, dressed up as, like, a skater boy.
That's fun.
Yeah. Like, it was awesome, and, like, I just, like, played I had a skateboard, and I had,
Do you know how to skateboard?
I do.
Sick.
I
I used
well,
to until I realized it's very high risk for no reward.
right. I wouldn't say right now I know how to skateboard. Back in the day, I could do it pretty good.
Yeah.
I could still ollie and maybe kickflip. I'm just afraid I'll break my ankle now if I, like, try to kickflip and I don't land it.
Yeah, I used to be, like, doing all the tricks in the fucking park until I realized I'm gonna break my neck, and for what? Like, literally for what? There's no fucking reason.
Right. I was more of a rollerblader, though.
Oh, I fuck with rollerblading.
Right, like, that's what I did. I had a set of rollerblades, and I would hit up the skate park with those, and actually, I would ride them all over town, and I had my backpack with my shoes in it, 'cause,
This is such a funny image to me.
I couldn't go into the stores with my rollerblades on, so I'd have to put my shoes on.
This is such, like, a whimsical image of Mike rollerblading around the city with his shoes in his backpack.
Right, like, this is no lie, with the frosted tips and everything, with my JNCOs and my chains.
You were actually kids these days dream of being what you were.
You think so?
Yeah, genuinely, I do.
Like, so when I said that I dressed up as a skater boy for Halloween a couple years ago, and, like, I was super excited to buy another pair of Airwalks. So,
Are you a big dress up for Halloween person?
um, I yes, kind of.
Nice.
Um, my kids really like it when we dress up also, when we go trick or treating.
That makes sense, yeah.
So I definitely do. Last year I was the Joker. Did my own makeup and everything. I was pretty excited about it.
Everyone.
It was really bad makeup. But I did like the fake skin, like the whole thing with the scars. I think it turned out okay. It wasn't the greatest, but good thing it was dark out and nobody could see it. I mean, they got the idea, but
That's
yeah,
all that matters. They
right,
got the idea.
right. I didn't scare my youngest, so that was good. But yeah, we usually dress up as something. My wife, she's usually a cat. Like, it just
So, it's a good one.
right.
It's a good default.
Black
I
tights,
get it. Yeah.
a towel and some ears. She's good. A little bit of black makeup on the nose. So
There you go.
yeah, that's her go-to. So I usually try to do something cool.
I like that you implied that hers isn't cool.
No, it's cool. Like, it's just easy, which is good for her because she's a very busy woman. But yeah, that's I was definitely a skater boy growing up. It was so much fun. I do miss it. I wish I could do it now. I mean, I don't know. I'd be afraid to break a hip or something. But I definitely got on a BMX bike one day and I was like, I can still do everything I used to be able to do, and I can't. I got like halfway down the street and I was like winded. It's like, this is terrible. Like, the seat hurt my butt. Like, I was like, I can't do this.
Some things are better left in nostalgia. That's okay.
But yeah. So anyway, yeah. So we went to Hot Topic and my kids. I got a 11-year-old. No, I'm sorry. The 9-year-old was with me and the 4-year-old, and they were like looking around and they're like, "Wow, this is interesting." Like, they didn't know they didn't know how to take that in. I mean, they did have some K-pop Demon Hunter stuff in there too, so they were liking that. But yeah,
You big into K-pop Demon Hunters?
dude, my kids are. I know every song, every lyric.
Hell yeah. That's what I'm fucking talking about right there.
I mean, it is a pretty good movie. I don't know. Have you seen it?
Yeah, it's really weird because I grew up I was the only Asian kid in my entire school. It was not okay
You really
to be
just gave that
Asian.
up? Like, I don't think we've talked about that. I just think we've talked about that we're very different. I don't think we've talked about the fact that you were Asian.
Oh, it's so relevant right now. I feel like I have to. Also, everybody who listens, except for the people at your department, know what I look like, so it's fine. So it was like, it's really weird because now, like, stuff like K-pop is cool, and it was not cool when I was a kid to be anything that wasn't like white American was like wrong. So it's really off-putting to see like kids want to interact with that kind of thing now, or to like tell me I look like a character in like an admiring way versus like an insult. It's really weird.
Yeah, I mean, they absolutely love K-pop Demon Hunters, and, um, is there another band like BTS or something like that?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
It's a big one.
is that okay? I don't really know any of the K-pop stuff, but so yeah, so, yeah. What do you think about the movie though? Like, is it something like you get down with if you watch it a couple times or just one time or what?
I liked it. I only watched it once. I feel like if I was like 12 watching that movie, that would have radicalized me in a huge way.
I've watched it, like, I would say probably 1,000 times.
The animation is really beautiful.
It's really good.
It's really,
Yeah.
yeah.
There's a good story behind it too, so but I definitely know I sing the songs all the time in the car. I mean, the funny part is my 4-year-old, she gets so mad at me when I sing. Like, she'll be singing super loud, and then she just gets so mad at me when I'm trying to sing too.
Are you a good singer?
No. No, I mean, I think so. Maybe one day we'll get a piece of it. My wife the other day, I was singing, and she definitely was like, "I'm gonna do dishes," and she like walked away because it was bad, I guess. So apparently, I'm not a good singer. I like do karaoke.
What's your go-to karaoke song?
My go-to karaoke song, that's gonna have to be "Give Me 3 Steps" by Leonard Skinner.
Nice.
What about you?
Oh my gosh, I'm not really a karaoke person. Yeah, I don't really have a fun answer. It's usually either Mr. Brightside or Dear Maria Count Me In by All Time Low.
Okay.
Those are usually the two I'll do. I perform music, but I think I've only ever actually like seriously like I'm not a good singer. I'm not a very strong singer. The only time I've done that seriously is like twice.
Okay. Um, yeah, I mean, that one, and I think that was about it for me. I don't do karaoke that often. Usually, I have to be very, very, very intoxicated to do
But
karaoke.
would you do like a performance ever? Like not karaoke is what I mean.
Like, would I get on stage and, like, do something?
Yeah, like at an open mic or something.
I mean, maybe. I don't know. Are you talking like play an instrument? Like
Or
harmonica?
singing, instrument singing,
I don't
any
think
of it.
I don't think I would have the nerve to get up there and sing because apparently I can't sing. But
Neither can most people with you. It's okay.
if I could learn how to play an instrument very well, I would probably do that. Like if it was like a jam session, like open mic night type deal. And there's a band and I could jump in. That's my goal with the drums. Tim, if you're listening, we got to start these lessons. I'm telling you. But yeah. Um, on that note, enough about my terrible, terrible singing. Um, so but there's a big music fest going on right now. Have you been paying attention to that at all? Apparently, like Justin Bieber is like,
Coachella?
yeah,
You mean Coachella?
yeah, I mean Coach Air. Like apparently it was like a $10 million, like that's what they contract for Justin Bieber, and people are saying it was like the worst performance ever.
I thought it was kind of fun.
Did you watch it?
I didn't go to Coachella.
Well, obviously, but did you like watch it online or whatever?
Yeah, I think that people are not taking into account that his performance was mostly nostalgia. Like, oh, we're all essentially singing karaoke together because he's already made it. This
Or
is not like trying to prove himself. This is like, you guys were here with me through my childhood. Now we're at Coachella. I also feel very strongly about Justin Bieber because I feel bad for him.
yeah,
I think he had an awful life.
he did.
Genuinely, like, it makes me really sad.
Yeah,
So
I 100% agree.
I usually am inclined to defend him.
So I love Music Fest, and I've been paying attention to stuff about Coachella. And one thing that me and my wife do is we like to car camp, right? And we like set up like a tent and everything near our car, and like we camp whatever. And seeing some of these people with their setups at Coachella, and they're like totally blowing us out of the water. Like,
Because they're all. Do you know how much money it takes to go to Coachella?
oh, a lot.
Oh my god, it's insane.
Yeah.
I can't imagine why anyone would even like entertain the idea.
I would entertain it. I would probably not be able to go, but I would entertain it. Um, but yeah, some of these like they bring like kitchens and like all the like air conditioners and tents and furniture, and I'm like, And somebody made a comment. They're like, "How is it packing up on the last day?" Because usually by the time the last day comes around, you're like tired and like beat up and ready to go, and I gotta pack all this stuff up. But I definitely sent my wife a video, and I'm like, "We need to do this next time we car camp," which is coming up soon.
You might need to get that paramedic license to afford that first.
Yeah, no crap. So, um, but yeah, and then Teddy Swims, is that his name? Yeah.
Yeah.
So apparently he paid for a billboard on the way there, and it was supposed to be about him performing, and somebody in his group apparently changed the billboard and was like, "This fat ass is gonna show you how to lose control."
That's hilarious.
And he was pissed. There's videos all over the internet.
I mean,
He was so
I get
mad
I
about
get why he would be mad, but it is pretty funny.
like, he literally in the video, he's like, "This was, like, one of the biggest moments of my life, and you guys just destroyed that."
I understand why he I see, here's the thing, it is funny, but also I sympathize. I understand why he was upset.
It could have been fake, like, he could have done it too, like, on purpose and just to make, people, like,
Sure,
view,
for
but
the
it
viral
was
moment, yeah.
yeah, it was definitely funny. So I think we are gonna try to have a guest on next week. I'm not sure exactly who it's gonna be yet, but definitely gonna try. And hopefully you guys enjoy it. But I think we're gonna wrap it up for tonight. What do you think, Abby?
Sounds good.
Got anything else you wanna say? Or you just wanna get
That
out of
seems
here?
like a trick question.
Or you just wanna get out of here because 'cause you're not supposed to be working. You're not
I
supposed to
don't
be
it
here.
doesn't feel like I'm working.
No, it doesn't. Doesn't look like you're working either. Alright, so until next week.
You said that like
Well, you're not in uniform. Normally, you're in uniform when you're here.
you said that in the most derogatory way you possibly could have.
I didn't mean it in any harmful way or a bad way. I meant it as in, like
We're closing out, which means we each have to recommend a song. Mike, recommend a song.
Okay. Um, good lord. Um, recommend I don't even God, you're like
We do this every fucking episode.
I know we do it
Christ.
every episode, but I'm speechless right now. What's your song? So I can think for a second.
Well, the Strokes just announced a tour, so Eyes of the World. It's one of my favorite Stroke songs.
Okay. I'm gonna have to go with You by Candlebox.
Candlebox, Far Behind. That's got a nasty guitar solo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love Candlebox. Short little story. We went to see Bret Michaels live,
Mhm.
and Candlebox was opening for them. And it was like daylight out still, and I was not drunk or anything like that, but I was the only one like jamming out and like dancing and singing in the crowd during Candlebox.
I feel like Candlebox has some hits though.
Well, they do, but they're not as big as Bret Michaels or Bret Michael or whatever his name is.
Sure.
So anyway, all right. Until next week, we will return.
See you then.
See you then.